It's not uncommon for someone to have some weird fetishes, but it just becomes even more weird when your own fetishes get you killed. Especially a quote unquote OnlyFans model, which is really a cover up for prostitution. If you're on OnlyFans, you're a prostitute because you're soliciting sexual services or fantasies, video porn for money. It's all the same thing. It all falls under the same umbrella. But let's find out what happened to this man and his OnlyFans quote unquote model. Is she a criminal or not? Let's see.
Mr. Dale asking Ms. Rylaarsdam to do certain things for him. He was asking her to buy boots and glue them on his feet. It was Gorilla Glue. He was asking her to buy and glue them in his mouth. And he also asked her to pour pools of Gorilla Glue into his eyes to glue them shut.
So how are you supposed to open your eyes and take those boots off after you're done with the session? I don't understand people. It just amazes me the different levels of idiocy. I don't know. Oh my God. Good grief. I'm pretty sure this was a tech bro too, because man.
That she was the last girl that he would ever see.
This morning, our spotlight is shining on a case out of California involving an OnlyFans model named Michaela Rylaarsdam. She's now a defendant facing murder charges after allegedly asphyxiating a man by placing a plastic bag over his head during what prosecutors describe as a fatal fetish encounter.
You know, that's the same thing as sexual choking. It's pretty much the same thing because you don't know how hard the person's going to choke you. Especially when they orgasm. I mean, I know this is not funny. This man lost his life. But when you hear weird shit like this, it's like, why would you? Anyway.
Here's what the victim's roommate said about the day of the incident.
Roommate. So he wasn't married and he didn't have any kids. Thank God. Because imagine this person being your father and you hear about the way your father died. It'd be pretty embarrassing. You'd be the laughing stock for like more than half of your life. But anyway.
I could just hear him say, can we stop? I'll pay you a certain amount more money.
Wait a minute. He had to pay more to get her to stop doing the act. Usually it's the other way around. Usually you pay more for her to do more, not pay for her to do less. So that's backwards right there. The hell kind of transaction was this?
Stop, and that's when I realized that it wasn't a friend. He had no shirt on. It looked to be like a pair of sweats. And then from his feet to about his waist was wrapped in saran wrap.
So you was doing all this with sweatpants on? When it comes to sexual acts, it's usually all clothes off. So if we all put the puzzle together correctly, plastic bag over his head, I'm assuming his shirt off, sweats on, boots glued to his feet, and Gorilla Glue for his eyelids shut. Okay.
Like clear plastic wrap?
Yeah. And then his hands were above his head, and they were tied up.
So this is helpful testimony that came in during Michaela Rylaarsdam's preliminary hearing.
Murdered by a basic girl. Plain Jane, you would have never known she was an OnlyFans model. You don't have to be a 10 to be an OnlyFans model, or let alone an escort. So
just last week, this was her in the courtroom. She was bound over for trial, and she's being held without any bond on those murder charges.
Oh, wait a minute. Shout out to the parents. You raised a marvelous daughter.
So the question we're asking this morning, is she a criminal who needs to be held until this trial?
Lock that bitch up.
Or was this truly a sex act gone terribly wrong.
It went terribly wrong. He begged her to stop. Let alone, he even had to pay her more to get her to stop. Was she that aggressive? Was something else on her mind? There's always two sides to the story. So unless he really pissed her off to where she wouldn't stop, to where he had to get himself out of a situation he regret. So he wanted to be wrapped up like a mummy, and she turned him into a corpse. Job well done. Why is anybody complaining? What does it say at the bottom? A self-described science nerd is that, and he was probably something similar to that, but we're not here to judge, or are we? I'm just laughing at the stupidity, and then the fact that he had to bribe her to stop. That's kind of wild to me. That's where it takes a turn at. So you was trying to kill this man. Yeah, you a murderer. Lock that bitch up. This is Kai DeVeo. I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.